Keep it together, 'cause it's a beautiful day. Sun on my face, feeling okay. Don't let it get away. It's a beautiful day. Feel so proud, screaming out loud. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. Feel so proud, screaming out loud. It's a beautiful day.
Today on One, your daily dose of local affairs and social media commentary.
Today on One, former Air Namibia employees to fight for the airline's survival. Nampol and Komanin join hands in fighting crime. NIC to secure further 143 million in funds for capital expenditure. Criminals target car accessory for quick cash. And youth games training camp slated for August.
Former employees of the recently liquidated airline Air Namibia with their respective unions will embark on a nationwide demonstration in an attempt to reverse the decision taken by finance and public enterprise ministers. Some of the members of the ruling party SWAPO has come out in media reports claiming that they were not consulted on the decision to liquidate the airline, which contradicts what the finance minister said at the recent press briefing.
Being in aviation for 30 years and knowing that the government is directly the sole shareholder of Air Namibia, I think the government has failed the nation. And I say it again, the government has failed the nation, and for the government to fail the nation, the government has also failed the employees of Air Namibia, because the government should have played their game in such a way that they really sustain the airline, that not year after year after year there is bailout. Why is there bailout? Then the government haven't been doing their job. I still throw it in the face of the government that the government is supposedly to have done more.
To be honest, I did not expect that it would have been my last flight, since I was the last cabin crew that did the Eros Ondangwa flight yesterday. So it was quite unexpected and came as quite a shock. So I wasn't really aware that any of this was happening. And then a media briefing was sent out by the company, an urgent notice to the flying public that there would no longer be flights and so on. Reservations stopped, and yeah.
Minister of Public Enterprises Leon Jooste said that they have tried all available platforms to save the airline, and also looked at the possibility of how long can the employees work for the airline before closure. But the Pilots Association of Namibia has advised against the continuation of operations.
The question came up as to for how long Air Namibia should continue operations, if at all. So from our side, initially we said that, look, if it's possible to have a more controlled process of winding up operations, we would tend to prefer that. But after then specific interjections from the Pilots Association, so NAPA, but the others as well, they primarily for safety reasons, said that they think it would not be a good idea. There was an incident some years ago in a neighboring country where, during similar circumstances, a pilot flying for that airline actually committed suicide by crashing an aircraft into some other aircraft. So the psychological dilemma and drama that the pilots are going through should be considered.
Some members of the ruling party SWAPO have come out in media reports claiming that they were not consulted before the decision was taken. But Finance Minister Mpumbu Shimi said at a recent press briefing that his party was informed.
Maybe let me deal with the party issues. In dealing with these issues, different stakeholders were consulted, and including the Youth League. So we had consultation with the Youth League. There is internal party discussion on this issue, and we will continue with those internal party discussions. So I don't think it's fair to say that there's a split in ideology. People expressed different opinions, but what is important is for us to continue having that dialogue and consult, and that has taken place, and that will continue to take place.
The nationwide demonstration to save the liquidated airline will be on the 17th of February 2021.
Namibia is bleeding. Women and children no longer feel safe in the land of their birth. This is not due to war, but due to gender-based violence perpetrated by mostly men. This call is to our fathers, brothers and sons to unite against gender-based violence. Let us come together and say a big no to gender-based violence. Together, we can build a safer and better society for all. My Namibia, my country, my pride.
Community Voices proudly brought to you by Namdeb Diamond Corporation. Good today, better tomorrow.
In a consultative meeting with the Namibian police force, the chief of Tsomanin pleaded for police presence in the rural settlement of Boomgaardsbrun to protect the community from crimes such as stock theft and alcohol and drug abuse. The law enforcement agreed to extend their frequent patrols to the area and to establish a mobile police station. Located 35 kilometers west of Windhoek, Boomgaardsbrun is a small settlement made up of mostly communal farmers. Regional Commander Joseph Shikongo led the Khomas police leadership to engage the community. The chief of the Tsomanin, Juliana Governors, informed the law enforcement that her subjects face many challenges as a result of the high unemployment rate in the community. Among them are drug houses, alcohol abuse, noise pollution from shebeens and poaching that has led to conflict with commercial farm owners.
If it is possible and if there are houses that are uninhabited that are just standing here, maybe for Mr. Blacks to consider that we can use that office and avail it to the police for the police to have a mobile office there.
The community of Boomgaardsbrun welcomed the police but said that most of the crimes are committed by outsiders, while the youth bemoan the lack of opportunities.
From this school, the roads can reach Swakopmund, Ochibingwe, Windhoek, or Gahanja. And there are people coming to this community, which is not even part of the community, and doing such actions here in this area, and they are using those roads to reach to other towns. Later, at the end of the day, people are just blaming our community people, saying that we are the ones who are doing that.
Hier bo by Helmut se draai wil ons daai T-aansluiting wat na Ochibingwe toe gaan. Wil ons roadblock hê. Van ons hier in die gemeenskap het ons baie skape, bokke, beeste verloor.
As a youth member, we have been talking about employment or a project that we can start here at Boomgaardsbrun. We have been struggling, looking for work in Windhoek, but there is no work. So we have been living here. And then the people have been pointing fingers on us for criminal activity. So we, as a youth, want to start a project or a project that can come here so we can work on that project and get some income from that.
The chairperson of the foundation that runs the local school say that they are willing to avail accommodation for a police officer.
From our part, I would like to confirm that we will make accommodation available for a police officer and to introduce a satellite station because we do need police presence here, and the community has become big. We have these problems. We have been victims over there on the other side, about 5 times only in the last 2 months. We found furniture in the riverbeds that was stolen from the institution. Attempted theft from our kitchen because there's kitchen material. And so, where there is stuff to steal, the young people try to get in. We have identified 2 young men that were there and tried to break in our car.
The regional commander said rooting out crime in the area will be a priority, as they can expect frequent patrols as operations are extended to the settlement.
We as management or leadership of Commerce Region, through the Office of Inspector General, we are going to look to the possibility whether it's possible. But the immediate measures that we are going to take as a region is to start today with the deployment. Our members of operation, the commander is here, Velem, is going immediately to deploy people just to come around in the evening to check what's happening. And we are going to continue to do that. We have been also given some of the escape routes where the criminals are using. We are also going to come up with strategies to ensure that those people that are going through are kept. And we have been informed by the community, especially on our initial consultative meeting, that there are some drug houses here. And our members from drugs, they are also here. They have taken note of that. And I think the strategy will put in place to ensure that we are going to do something about it. Basically, the meeting was a very fruitful meeting, and we are looking forward to ensure that the safety and the security of this community is guaranteed.
The chief expressed appreciation towards the police's visit and expressed hope in the solutions that are to address the challenges.
Community Voices proudly brought to you by Namdeb Diamond Corporation. Good today, better tomorrow.
With trusted quality and great value on all Clicks brand products, switch and save. Buy Clicks Made for Baby toiletries from $9.49. Buy Clicks Made for Baby 240 baby wipes, $68.19. Buy Clicks Made for Baby cereal, stage 1 or 2, $27.99 each. Buy Clicks Made for Baby Dry Protect disposable nappies jumbo pack, $185.99. Clicks, feel good, pay less.
The Namibian Airports Company held the stakeholders tour at the Hosea Kutako International Airport to show its progress on the construction of the airport's congestion elevation project. Aiming to attract more international passenger and aircraft traffic from across the globe, including Asia and the Americas, the NAC plans to invest over $1.3 billion Namibian dollars in infrastructure development across all 8 airports within the next 5 years, aimed at improving compliance, operational efficiency, and revenue generation.
We are saying that we want to grow the aviation sector, because we believe that traveling by air has got many advantages for Namibians and people all over the world. We are saying that air travel is very fast, it is cheap, it can become cheap if we use more and more of it. We want to ensure that we use this as the aviation hub for Namibia, but also for the region. It is our anticipation that the Hosea Kutako International Airport and Namibia is also seen as a regional hub. Of course, we have OR Tambo as the hub for our region, but we are saying that we have the potential by virtue of our location, what we can offer to our travelers. We can turn this airport also as a regional hub, whereby we can bring travelers in the region to Hosea Kutako, and then they travel from here into the rest of the world.
Through the infrastructure development project, the terminal building has been extended to avoid congestion, baggage carousel, security upgrade, and they also plan on extending the apron and runway.
We are looking at expanding the apron so as to ensure, safety of the aircraft in terms of maneuvering. We're looking at expanding the apron towards this side. Put us in a position to accommodate more traffic. And when we speak of more traffic, because airport business is based on volumes. If the more volumes that we can have, the more business that we can have at the end of the day. This is actually talking to, international standards that we're talking about. That we would like to be a world-class service provider in terms of aviation services. That's basically what you see, in front of us here.
URAP further said that there are projects in the pipeline to improve the infrastructure of all 8 airports across the country within the financial year, such as Ondangwa Airport apron rehabilitation, Katima Mulilo runway holding action, and the Walvis Bay airside boundary wall, just to mention but a few.
Get uncapped internet from as little as $500 million a month. Contact us now or find us on Facebook. Whitel, your internet service provider.
Criminals are resorting to stealing car accessories as a means to acquire fast money. The Windhoek City Police apprehended 5 suspects after they were found in possession of stolen car accessories. The suspects were found in possession of a stolen bull bar and a back bumper. Law enforcement believes there could be a crime syndicate targeting pickup truck accessories.
Through our many operations, we happened to get these guys, and they were intercepted while they are on their way to do their regular job. Then when they were interrogated, they happened to tell us where they have sold some of the stuff, and we recover some of the stuff. Some are still to be recovered.
Imvula is urging motorists, especially pickup truck owners, to avoid leaving their vehicles unattended for long periods of time, and that they should ensure that their vehicle accessories are fixed in a manner that makes them difficult to remove.
Most of these guys, they are really chance takers, and we should just have our items fixed on cars, or rather have welded on cars to avoid this being removed. Because in most cases, our cars are at the parking while at work, we're at school for those ones that are going to school. In this case, they just come park next to your car, then they remove the stuff.
Members of the public are urged to always report suspicious vehicles as well as individuals in their vicinity and give a clear description to help law enforcement identify and apprehend the suspects.
Fuco Shop shoppers spend $500 in store and stand a chance to win one of 24 Ryobi angle grinders. On sale, aluminium multi-purpose folding ladder, only $1,040. Ryobi electric lawnmower, just $3,900. Plascon Trade Pro Bright Matte White, 20 liters, $560. Aluminium entrance door in bronze frame, only $4,250. Shop now and enter to win in store. Let's build and win shop together. Valid to 4 April. T's and C's apply.
The 2020 MTC Namibia Youth Games was held from the 16th to the 18th of December 2020 in Rietfontein in the Ochodonjupa region. The games accommodated 8 sport codes with 1,279 participants from all 14 regions. The games were also used to select a squad to represent Namibia at the 2021 Youth Games in Lesotho, with a preliminary squad of 270 athletes selected at the games. Chief Administrator at Namibia Sports Commission Simata Muya reiterated that the country wants to perform better at the Youth Games, hence the early team selection. He added that the team selected at the Games in December is balanced and from all 14 regions, as previously team selection was criticized.
We could actually prepare a team now for at least a year.
That's why we decided to select that team in December to give us ample time that this year we can start preparing Team Namibia come the end of the year, giving us at least 11 months of preparation. Many times people have been complaining the national team of Namibia for 27 years have been composed of people from Windhoek, people from the south maybe, or people from the coast, where maybe people were saying people from the east, people from the north are not part of the national teams. However, that is history, it's water under the bridge. That's why an opportunity has been created for all Namibians, and we had teams as far as from Zambezi, from Kavango East, Kavango West, you name it, all the 14 regions as far as Karas. And good work was done by the selectors. Various sports codes selected the squad, and that squad is going to be trimmed into a very small number. We are going to give that assignment to all our federations, that this assignment that they need to do, they need to trim that squad to a manageable team before the month of April. Because in the month of May, we will be entering this team entry by numbers, and by month of July, August, entry by names will be entered in terms of the requirement of a USC Region 5 games.
Furthermore, the Commission is planning a training camp for the selected team, which will work as a preparatory tool for Team Namibia. Muya is further pleading for the regional coaches to work hand in hand with regional coordinators to strongly prepare the athletes.
We are planning to have a camping for these selected members in the month of August during the school holiday. And before the team travels to Lesotho, by the end of the year, if everything goes according to plan, the team again is going to camp so that at least we prepare Team Namibia. Because our target for this year, remember the year 2018, performance of Team Namibia was not so good. We did not perform very well, and we target ourselves that we need to be among the gold, the silver, if it goes beyond the bronze. Because I think it's high time that we need to be competitive by nature, especially in the youth division, that at least we can be able to produce elite athletes. The coaches in the regions, obviously they'll be reporting to the regional chairpersons, and the regional chairperson will be able to provide information what's happening in the region, because we've got already coaches currently now in the regions who coach those athletes. That's why those athletes could achieve where they are. I think there will be that coordination effort between the regional chairpersons, the sports code where this athlete belongs. I think we need to have that synergy that we need really to operate together.
Khomas region was the overall winner of the 2020 MTC Youth Games with 11 medals in total, and Ochodonjupa region, who were the hosts, as overall runners-up of the games with a total of 4 medals.
My name is Ephraim. I say no to gender-based violence. Do you?
In other leading stories, in line with its mandatory obligation to provide sound advice that informs robust and agile policy making, the Bank of Namibia hosted an economic roundtable with chairpersons of board of directors and CEOs of private sector companies that mobilize investments and savings in the country. The roundtable is a suitable and interactive platform established by the governor of the bank, Johannes Kavahab, which aims at discussing relevant policies to support the economic recovery with key institutions and entities in order to find practical means of rallying support towards securing a sustainable economic recovery. In his address to business leaders, the governor shared the economic outlook of the bank, which forecasts that the Namibian economy shall recover gradually by 2.6% during 2021. This is predicated by the opening up of the global economy after the lockdowns and restrictions on travel experienced in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. In this regard, the demand for Namibia's exports, especially minerals, is expected to start picking up gradually in 2021 as major economies are projected to make full recoveries which bodes well for the recovery of the domestic economy. While growth is expected to pick up, the forecasted levels fall far short of the boom observed in years prior to 2016 and will therefore not be adequate to fulfill developmental aspirations and make a dent on unemployment, poverty and inequality. Rounding up the discussions, Governor Kavahab highlighted key fundamentals to economic recovery, stating that the economy needs confidence, investments and COVID-19 vaccination to return to normality. The Roads Authority has announced that due to the flooding of the Orange River, the eastern road shoulder at 25 kilometers from Rospina or 75 kilometers from Oranjemund has been affected and cracks have developed in the shoulder pavement. However, the road is open to all traffic and road signs were erected to warn road users about the affected section. The road is narrow and road users are urged to drive slowly, exercise extreme caution and comply with the erected warning signs. District Road D212 or Tourist Route C13 from Noordoever to Rospina, the section between Osinker and Rospina, has also been damaged. This road is currently not safe for road users. The gravel section between Osinker and Rospina is thus still temporarily closed to traffic. They urged road users to make use of tarred roads via Aus, Kidmanshoop and Grunau as alternative routes. Any road damages can be reported at the nearest Roads Authority office or send an email to pr@ra.org.na. Welcome to Comments Corner, your daily dose of local comments from the hottest social media pages. The Namibia Cabin Crew Union NCCU says that privately owned airlines are preparing to take advantage of the liquidation of the national airline Air Namibia. And we said Air Namibia has a tendency of not keeping to their departure and arrival schedule times. Samuel said they should not refer to the past but point to the corruption, nepotism and favoritism as the main contributors. Lumbukuti said that other parastatals will be next. Tangeni said it is time for Africans to learn from their mistakes and train people that manage airlines in order to make a profit. Boro said people that support the liquidation know about business. Jolie said that there are those with relatives who lost jobs as a result of COVID-19. Despite being one of the debutants at the tournament, the young warriors are strongly backed up by the nation to put up a satisfactory performance in Mauritania. John said before a tournament, people are usually supportive of the team, but after a bad performance, the blaming game begins. Zoo said, good work by the team and they can make it. And that is all from Comments Corner. Be sure to post your comments on our social media pages for broadcast every day only on Today and One.
A look at the weather forecast. The Namibia interior, sunny and hot in the south, west and northwest. Otherwise partly cloudy and hot with a few thunder showers in the extreme northeast. The coast, partly cloudy and cool to warm with fog patches.